Welcome to the Global Studies News Network, your source for everything global studies. I'm your host, Chris Getchell. Our top story tonight, 9 out of 10 doctors agree the 10th doctor is wrong. Film at 11. And now a word from our sponsor. Welcome to Global Studies Is Us for all your global studies needs. I'm Mr. G.
And I'm Mr. R.
And we have a deal for you. One day only. We're not going to tell you one thing.
We ain't going to tell you two things.
We ain't going to tell you three things. We're going to tell you everything. What? Mr. Fields says...
What?
Mr. Van Score says...
What?
Ms. Heller says...
Get out of here. Can't you see I'm busy?
Oops. That's right. Everything you need to know. Here's what you need to know. Ready, Mr. R?
I'm ready, Mr. G. Autocracy.
That's autocracy to you that don't talk right.
Absolute monarchy. Dictatorship.
Nice enunciation, Mr. R.
Oligarchy. Democracy.
That'd be democracy for you youngsters out there.
Direct democracy.
That's democracy for all you
Oh.
youngsters out there.
Shoot. Representative. I'll get it right this time, Mr. G.
Okay, Mr. R.
Democracy.
There you go, democracy. You heard it right here first, young people. Constitutional
Monarchy. Capital goods. Natural resources.
I'll help you out there, Mr. R. That'd be literacy rate.
Oh, does that mean like you can read?
Sort of.
Economic growth. That's a strange word. What is that?
Let me help you out there, Mr. R. That ain't no word. That stands for gross domestic product. GDP.
Oh.
There you go.
Standard of living.
Yeah, you can see the mine's pretty high right
Yeah, right there. Oh boy.
now. I can't wait to hear him say this one.
Entrepreneurship.
That's French for entrepreneurship.
Oh. The 5 themes of geography. Regions. There's 3 types.
Formal, functional, and perceptual. And finally,
Totals.
total. What does that mean? Title, orientation, date, author, legend, scale, and source. There you go. That's totals.
That's
All right, young people. Come on down to Global Studies Is Us for all your global studies needs. We can't wait to see you.
Bye now.
We have breaking news. In an unprecedented event, you just heard everything you'll need to know to get an A on the Unit 1 assessment. That's right, everything. You heard it here first on the GSN network. Now, let's go out in the field and learn exactly what geography is. Some people think geography is just memorizing lists of countries and state capitals. Other people think it's the study of rocks. Still others think geographers just look at maps and pictures of faraway places. However, there's much more to geography. Geography is a study of everything on Earth, from rocks and rainfall to people and places. Geographers study how the natural environment influences people, how people's activities affect the Earth, and how the Earth is changing. To do this, geographers look at many different things, including cities, cultures, plants, and resources. Geographers focus on where these things are and where related events happen. This year, we'll be specifically studying two types of geography: human geography and physical geography. Human geography studies the distribution and characteristics of the world's people, where they live and work, as well as their ways of life, as well as how people make and trade things that they need to survive. Physical geography studies the Earth's natural environments, including landforms, water features, atmosphere, animals, plants, soils, and the processes that affect them. It's the interaction of the people with their environment that link human and physical geography together. So it's not only how people adapt and how the physical geography affects where they live, but it's how the impact that humans have on their environment. So that's what links the two things together: how people affect where they live and how the place where they live affects them. How do you use geography? Take a moment just to think. I bet you don't even realize how many times a day you use geography. If you watched the weather this morning, you use geography. If you looked at a map on the wall at school to find where the closest restroom was, you use geography. If you needed to study a bus route to find which bus to take to get to somewhere that you wanted to go, you use geography. Or if you use GPS on your phone to find a store that you needed to find or to get to a person's house, you use geography. Geography is intertwined with our world. Well, I bet you didn't expect to see me from this perspective. What's perspective? Let's take a look. Let's take a look at perspective. So perspective can have a couple different meanings. One meaning is physical perspective, meaning the appearance of things relative to one another as determined by their distance from the viewer. Or, where things are and how things look from where you're standing. That's one way to think about perspective, actual physical perspective. But there's another way to think about perspective: cultural perspective, like the way of regarding a situation or a topic and considering the point of view of another person, considering their perspective. So it can mean a couple different things. And in geography, that's important, and that's how they're linked. Physically, where things are and where things are placed, and culturally, or how people view different things, or maybe more importantly, how they view the same thing differently. Humans can have different perspectives of the same thing. Let's try a little experiment here, okay? I want you to do me a favor. Close your eyes, and when I count to 3, I want you to open your eyes and consider what you're looking at, okay? So close your eyes. Are they closed? Don't open them till I count to 3. 1, 2, 3, open. All right, what do you see? Look closely. All right, take a look at the image. What do you see? Okay, actually you should see two different things. Can you see them both? You know what? You might need to change the way you look at it. You might need to change your perspective. Maybe close one eye, or maybe step back and look at it from across the room. Okay? There are actually 2 possible images there. So what's your perspective? Can you see them both? One image is of an old woman. Okay, she's facing us, or kind of facing us. She's to the side a little bit, but if you look at it, you can see here is the woman's mouth. Here's her nose. This is her eye. Here is the eyelash of the other eye. Okay, and it looks like she's got sort of a gray hair here, and maybe kind of a lace hat or something on the front with a feather in it. That's one perspective, the perspective of an old woman. Do you see the old woman now? But actually, there's also a young woman, and she's kind of turned away from us. If you look at the young woman, this is the young woman's ear, and this is her jawline, and here's her chin. Okay, you can just see the tip of her nose and her eyelash here, and here is her hair and feather, and she's wearing kind of a hooded garment. Same picture, different perspective. So we want to try this one more time, all right? Same thing. Close your eyes, okay? I'll count to 3. Don't cheat. Are you ready? Close your eyes. 1, 2, 3, open. Take a good look. What do you see? Again, guess what? There are 2 images there. Okay, can you see them? One image is a bird, some kind of a duck or maybe seagull. Here is the mouth or the beak. Here's the eye of the seagull. But the other image is of a rabbit. Here's the eye of the rabbit. Here's the nose and mouth, and these are the ears. Same picture, different perspective. And then there's this picture. Here's a guy holding up the sun at sunset. Do you think he's actually doing that? That's perspective, all right? It's all about where you're standing and or how far away and how he positions his hands to make him look like he's holding the sun. So from that perspective, it sure looks like he can hold up the entire sun with 2 hands. It's all about how you look at things. So there are a lot of images in Google. You can Google like a face or a vase, and you can see all kinds of fun looking images that have 2 different images in the same picture. A famous one is of a vase, or it's actually, and then it becomes 2 faces. There's a lot of them. So you can look around and try to find some, pictures on Google. But I want you to think about these 4 questions, and I want you to answer them today. One is, what is perspective? All right, we just talked about it. 2 is, and this is now where you have to do a little thinking on your own here. Okay, why is it important to understand we all have different perspectives? Why is that? How do our perspectives impact our attitudes, actions, and understanding of things such as ideas, issues, and things? And can you think of a time or situation in your life where changing your perspective or point of view led to a new or different understanding of something? And can you explain it? All right? So you got to dig a little deeper today. Got to do a little thinking. And what do you think? Especially the questions, 2, 3, and 4. We talked about perspective, but then now I want to know what you think. Why is it important to understand it? How does it impact our attitudes and actions? And can you think of a time when changing your perspective or point of view led to a new or different understanding of something?
Well, that pretty much sums it up. Good day and good news.